When the storms of life arises, what do you do? Do you throw away your cable of faith? Do you sit at a place and begin to murmur and complain and begin to pour your frustrations out on God? What do you do when life issue arises, when the storms of life comes your way? Do you look at yourself and say, oh, all hope is lost? Or do you look at yourself and say, let me go to God? Let me inquire from God what is going on. How do I go about this? How do I navigate about these issues? That will take us to the book of 1 Samuel chapter 30. I will read from verse 1 to 8. And it came to pass when David and his men were come to Ziklag on the third day that the Amalekites have invaded the south and Ziklag and smitten Ziklag and burnt it with fire. 2. And had taken the women captive that they were therein. They slew not any, either great or small, but carried them away and went on their way. 3. So David and his men came to the city, and behold, it was burnt with fire, and their wives and their sons and their daughters were taken captives. 4. And David and the people that were with him lifted up their voice and wept until they had no more power to weep. And David's 2 wives were taken captive, Ahinoam and the Jezreelites, and Abigail, the wife of Nabal, the Carmelite. And David was greatly distressed, for the people spake of stoning him, because the soul of the people was grieved, every man for his son and for his daughter. But David encouraged himself in the Lord. Did you hear that? David encouraged himself in the Lord. David encouraged himself in the Lord. He said, when the men, they cried. The people that were with David, they were all crying because their city had been invaded, and their household, their children, their wives had been taken captive. And these men, they lost their strength, they lost their zeal, they lost everything about them, and they began to cry. And they were so distressed. And verse 7 says something. And David said to Abiathar, the priest, Ahimelech's son, I pray thee, bring me the Hittite at the ephod. And Abiathar brought Hittite at the ephod to David. And David inquired at the Lord. And David inquired at the Lord. And David inquired at the Lord, and saying, shall I pursue after this troop? Shall I overtake them? And he answered him, pursue, for thou shalt surely overtake them, and without fail recover all. So, when life throws us off balance, when things that began to happen to our life, or begin to overwhelm us, what do we do? Do we sit down and begin to cry, or be distressed, or lose hope, stop going to church, stop going to attending service, stop praying to God? What do we do? Or keep blaming people? Because the people that were with David, they were blaming him. They were about to stone him. But the Bible said David encouraged himself in the Lord. Beloved, this is a season and a time for you to encourage yourself in the Lord. This is a time and season for you to lift up your voice and ask God, what do I do in this situation? This thing confronting me, what do I do? Where do I go from here? This thing harassing my family, what do I do? What do I do? From where do I go from? God, what do you want me to do? And this sickness that I'm going through, what the doctors have said, God, what are you saying? You want to hear what God is saying for you to be able to make the right decision. David would have sat down also and begin to fight with his men. They said they want to stone him. They're about to stone him. They are crying. They are in pain. They are crying. But David encouraged himself in the Lord. Beloved, I want you to mark that word. He encouraged himself in the Lord. No matter what the devil may present to us, no matter what we may be going through, no matter what the life might be, may be happen, no matter what life may be happening to us, we need to encourage ourselves in the Lord. This is the time for us to encourage ourselves in the Lord. This is not the time for us to begin to ask ourselves and cry and begin to, wallow in self-pity. This is the time and season for us to encourage ourselves in the Lord. And when you encourage yourself in the Lord, you begin to ask him, Father, what do I do next? From this thing happening now, from where cometh my help? What do I do? Where do I go from? And I tell you, the Lord will answer. And David asked, when he inquired, David inquired, he prayed. He seeked the face of the Lord. He left the people that are complaining. He left the people that were murmuring. He left the people that were crying. He left the people that were accusing him. He left the people that were saying that he's a bad leader. And he went before the Lord. And he asked the Lord, he said, God, look at the situation now. Look at what my people are facing. Look at what we are facing. Look at the challenges that is going on in our life. What do we do? Should we pursue them? When we pursue them, can we overtake them? When we overtake them, can we recover? And God said yes. God said yes. Pursue. When you hear the answer, when God shows you answer, God said yes, pursue. And when you pursue, He said you shall overtake them. And when you shall overtake them, when you overtake them, you shall not fail in recovering all. Everything that took from you, you will recover all. Beloved, do not allow the devil to minister depression to you. Do not allow the devil to minister hopelessness to you. Do not allow the devil to minister, suicide or anything that is negative. When life throws you off balance, when the issues of life arises, when the storms of life hit you, when life is overwhelming you, that is the time for you to go to God and say, God, I come before you humbly. I come before you in humility. I ask, oh God, Father, direct me on what to do. I tell you, God knew that Ziklag would have been invaded, but God wanted David to say something. And when David came to him and said, Father, look at what we are going through. My people, our wives, our children, our properties have been invaded and they have been taken captive. That everything that we have labored for is gone. Our business is collapsed. Nothing to write home about. No food, sicknesses all over. What do? Should we pursue them? When we pursue them, are we going to recover? Or God said, pursue. When you pursue, you recover them. You overtake them. And when you overtake, you will recover all. I pray for you, somebody. I don't know what the devil have presented to you. I don't know what the devil have been harassing your faith with. I don't know what life is treating you with, but I come in the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. As you go to God in prayer, I agree with you in faith already. As you go to God in prayer, may heaven open up and answer you. May God honor your prayer request. May God give you a favorable answer. May God make a way for you where there seems to be no way. May you never lack help. May that sickness disappear. May your business be revived. May your family experience peace again. May your health be recovered again in the name of Jesus Christ. May international doors open for you. May joy fill your home. Whatever thing that the enemy have been harassing you with, as you go to God in prayer, I join my faith with you in the name of Jesus Christ. May answer be favorable to you. May you recover all. May you be healed. May you be delivered. May you progress. May you have that visibility. May you have that helpers. May joy come into your life. May God bless you as you go out, as you come in the name of Jesus Christ. And everything that the enemy has been using to harass you today, I destroy it in the name of Jesus Christ. And I declare peace of God into your life. I declare joy of God into your life. I declare peace